Today's presentation about selection statement. So in the selection statement, if condition is there, then next select case and select. This is another thing. Already I explained about if conditions. Another statement is select case and select. In the Visual Basic, a select case statement allows a variable that to be tested for equality against all the list of values. Here is a syntax of the select case statement. Each value is called in a case and the variable being switched on, it is checked for each and every select case. Here is a select case text expression is available. This text expression evaluates the value. So that evaluated value will be checked the concerned case. So it will be execute the concerned case statements. In Visual Basic, select case statements is useful to execute a single case statement only. Here multiple cases are there, but it will be execute only a single case statements from the group of multiple case statements based upon the value of defined expression. It will be depends upon the defined expression. It will be execute the concerned case condition statements or concerned case block of the statements. By using this select case statement in the Visual Basic, we can replace the functionality of if-else if statement to provide better readability for this code. Just like it is a if-else statement, so by the difference is it will be execute the alternative statement execution. By using this select case statement in the Visual Basic, so we can replace the functionality of if-else if statement. Then next, in this select case structure, this is similar to if then else if structure. Then it will be allowed your program to choose for more than two alternatives: case condition 1, case condition 2, case condition 3, case condition 4, etc. like that. More than one alternative. It can be used for selectively executing a single block of statements. So among the multiple block of statements. So it will be execute selective single block statements from among this multiple block of these statements. In this select case structure, so that can be more efficient because if it evaluates the test expression only once. Here is a text expression that will be evaluates. So after that it will be execute the concerned block of case statements. The result of the expression is then compared against multiple values. So that determines which code block is invoked. So here is a syntax: select case text expression. This evaluates the value. That value will be check the condition, case condition. So it will be check concerned conditions. So this alternative expression will be taken which case statement that block of statements will be executed. If you observe this syntax here, we defined select case statements in this example with the multiple case of the statements. Multiple cases means case condition 1, case condition 2, case condition 3. These are the multiple statements, conditional statements. The select statement here that will be evaluates the expression or variable value by matching with case statements of the values either condition 1 or 2, etc. like that. If the variable expression value matches with any one of the case statements, test expression value will be matches with any one of the case statements here. Then that statement inside of the particular case that will be executed. In case if none of the case statements are matches with the defined expression or variable value, then the statements inside else block will be executed, and it's more than like else block, just like it is a if else statements. So the text expression will not matches the case condition, it will be goes to execute the case else statements. So this is the working nature of select case and end select. Then next, this select case structure evaluates an expression once at the top of the structure. At the top of the structure, the select case structure will be evaluates the expression. So whereas if then else structure evaluates different expressions for each else if statements. In the case of if then else, it will be evaluates more than one expression. So in the select case structure, it will be evaluates only one expression. Here is a example. So I equals input box, enter some number into the I, select case of I. So that I will be having one no, it will be execute the first case statement. So that concerned message box will be message box will be displayed, one is selected. So if you are giving the value of I is 2, it will be execute the case 2 statement block. So if you are giving the value of I is 3, it will be goes to execute the else part message box, that will be cancelled is selected. This is the select case end select example. So here is another example, grade text. You want to be enter the grade through the text box, that will be assigned into grade variable. So this will be goes to select case grade. So that grade is A, it will be execute the concerned case A. The grade is A minus, it will be execute the second case. Grade is B, it will be displace the credit. So grade is C, it will be execute the pass. So you are not giving the grade either A minus, B or C. So you are giving another thing, that is D, no. So it will be goes to execute the else part, that is that caption will be displayed fail. This is the select case example. Then next, in your Visual Basic, that compiler uses the dim statement. So that is the dimension, that will be determines the variables, data type and also other information which you have to assign to that variable. So such that what code can execute that, access that variable. Then next, the examples are declared here. So variable to hold an integer value. So you can specify any data type or the name of the enumeration, structure, class, interface, like that. So you can specify the data type, anything, that is enumerated data type, structured data type, class or interface, like that. For example, variables are initialized a value which is equal sign followed by a constant expression. The general format of this initialization equals variable name equals value. You can take the variable name, that variable name will be assigned the value. Here is an example. So dim pi as double, dimension pi as double. Pi is the variable, the type is double. So you want to assign the value to that pi equals 3.14. So another example for this, dim I as integer, you can assign the value to this variable I equals 5. Again another example for this dimension statement, dim keyword dim a as integer. So that variable assign will be accepts the value through the keyboard. Then next, dim is a short for the word dimension. The next, and it will be allows you to declare variable names and their type. So this dim is often found at the beginning of macro codes and has the following format. So dim insert variable name as insert variable type. So dim variable name j as variable type j as integer. So dim short for the word dimension. So this short form is dim. So full word is dimension, and it will be allows you to declare variable names and their types. So you can declare the variables in VB using this dim keyword. This is often found at the beginning of macro codes and has the following. Again I can giving that syntax for this dim. dim insert variable name as insert variable type. Then next the variable name can be anything, so that you want to long as it is one word and does not match the name of the Visual Basic function, class or accessor, like that. So this Visual Basic supports the variables are integer, then next long, short, double, variant, date, etc. like that. These all are the variable type declarations. So this restricts the kind of data can be stored in a variable. So I will not go to great deal of all the different variable types, but I will list some of the ones. So most often you can use the variables as range type variables, long variable, long type variable, string type variable, boolean type variable, worksheet variable. So these are the types of variable declarations. Then you want to declaring an array variable, so that you can also set off parameters of the array by writing this as dim my array 1 to 10 as variant. dim my array, dim is the keyword, my array is the variable name, so that range from 1 to 10. This type is variant. Example for this. So this will shows the dim statement is used to determine the variables. So how to declare the variables in Visual Basic? You are using the dim statement. It also shows the dim statement used to declare arrays. So the default lower bound for array subscripts is 0. That can be overwritten in the module level by using the option based statements. In array declaration using with the dim statement, so that indexation will be start from 0. Array first subscript is 0. So indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So the subscript will be start from 0. Here is an example. Any value and my value are declared as variant by default. So that is empty. Here you can declare this dim any value my value. This type is variant. Another example for this declaration, dim number as integer. Number is the variable name, the type is integer. So the next multiple declarations here, dim, another var, that is variant type, choice is boolean, choice is the another variable, the type is boolean, birth date is the another variable, the type is date here. The next dim. So day of array, in array of variants with 51 elements are indexed here, 0 through 50, assuming option base. So that will be start with 0. So dim day array of 50. Day array is the array type variable. So that those locations are 50 locations. So matrix is a 2-dimensional array that will be declared like this, matrix of 3, 4. 3 rows 4 columns. So the type is integer. So the next another variable declaration, my matrix, this is the 3-dimensional array, 1 2 5, 4 2 9, 3 2 5. These are the double type. So this the variable name is my matrix. So another variable birthday, this will be declared 1 to 10 indexes. So the type is date type. Next dynamic array. So this will be declared my array. So at the time of running of the program, you are giving the size of the array. So this is variant type. Then next, here is a quiz. That quiz is a local variable is one of the declared inside a procedure. A dash variable, one that it is declared inside a procedure. Local variable is one of the variable that will be declared inside of the procedure. Different items appearing in the same value list select case block is separated by comma. the select case block, so that will be separated by comma. Different items that will be appearing in the same value list, select case block, that will be separated by comma. A variable that cannot more than how many characters? 255 characters. That cannot exceed 255 characters. In Visual Basic, VBP is the extension to represent project file. VBP is the extension. The next, the default property for this text box control is text. This is the example for this. The three main logical operators are AND, OR, NOT. The next, the context help immediately displays a relevant help information. What is the type of text? Immediately displays that relevant type of information, that is context help. Dash property specifies the image picture box displayed on the form, that is picture box property. So GUI means what is the acronym of this? That is graphical user interface. So I can conclude this. Thank you, students.